You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Sternberg Museum of Natural History, also by The Dentist.
Stop! Where are we going?
The Sternberg!
Don't get left behind. We're waiting for you here at the Sternberg Museum, where there's always new opportunities for
Discovery under the dome.
Come discover a one-of-a-kind dental center for the whole family at The Dentist. Dr. Melinda Miner and Dr. Michael Holmberg and their warm and friendly staff love working with children of all ages to help keep everyone smile happy and healthy. They recommend children start seeing the dentist by age 1. The Dentist is now accepting new patients, children, and their families. Visit them at 1010 Downing Avenue in Hayes or online at thedentistinhayes.com.
Hello and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton and I'm the coordinator of early childhood grants for USD 489. And with me today is David Levering. Good morning, David.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, first of all, David, tell us, what organization do you work for and what do you do there?
I'm the education director at the Fort Hays State Museum of Natural History. I operate all the education and community learning programs.
So you're at Sternberg?
Yes.
You're at Sternberg. Now there's some neat things coming up at Sternberg this summer, lots of camps for kids. So tell us a little bit about those.
So we run a variety of summer science education programs for K through 12. We run specifically K through 5 science education camps. They're just day programs, and those run from fossils, mammals, reptiles, birds. We have one that's just insects and plants. We have all kinds of different natural sciences and topics that we deal with in just discrete single day programs, so that depending on what kids are interested in, they can kind of pick and choose what it is they get to do for that day.
Now, how long have these been going on?
This is our 3rd year doing them. We did them, we started them in 2014, which is my first summer working at the museum, and they've been fairly successful so far, so we're going to continue them this summer.
Now, you mentioned some of the different camps. So some of the different camps are for the young children. You talked about they can learn about snakes or insects.
Yeah,
like
so we have camps where they can learn about a variety of different earth and life science topics, which is what the museum deals with.
Yeah.
So anything, like I said, from birds, snakes and lizards. We have a geology camp for the kids that are more interested in rocks and minerals. We have a fossils one that just deals with fossils and paleontology. So offering a lot of customization as far as how the kids can pursue whatever their interests are in the earth and life sciences.
Now, what kind of activities would happen at a typical day at a camp?
We'd like to get them out on our nature trails. Somehow.
If you have, I'm going to stop you. If you haven't been to the Sternberg Nature Trails, take your family. They're awesome. Okay, continue.
So we like to get them out there for at least in the morning before it gets really hot, somehow. If it's for the birds camp, we give them binoculars and we go outside. We talk about, like, you need to be quiet and we're going to see what we can find. And we have, like, a little guidebook and we just see what we can see. For our reptiles and amphibians, we spend a lot of time down by the pond. We're looking for, like, bullfrogs and tadpoles. If we see some snakes, great, but they're quite a bit more rare. We actually saw a snapping turtle our first year crawling out of the pond, which was pretty wild for the kids. We do mammal trapping. We trap small mammals out on the trails for our mammals camp. So the students actually put on work gloves and we let them handle rodents that we catch out there. So aside from the trails portion, we come back inside. We'll do some kind of arts and crafts. We do hands-on demonstrations and other activities. Trying to think, gosh, we've done things with, like, different kinds of volcanoes.
Oh, all sorts of fun activities, yeah.
Blowing, like making volcanoes erupt and explode, to flight models for the birds camp. We do hands-on things with, like, teeth and skulls from mammals camp and showing kids how different animals
So I think
chew.
one of the things would be important to say
All
is
kinds
this
of
is it's a
stuff.
hands-on camp. It's not something where a child would come and get lectured about science. This is an opportunity for them to get outside, witness things, and then come inside and get some hands-on activities.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Much
Yeah,
Yeah, more
That's
concise
all right.
way of saying it, yes.
So why is this important? Why should parents sign their children up?
I really think that when you have kids that are really interested in this kind of thing, normally they'll pursue some level of interest on their own, but what we want to do is show them things that they maybe don't know about this thing that they're interested in, and not just like tell them, but let them actually get hands-on with it. Like, my background is in mammalian paleontology, so my favorite camps are Fun with Fossils,
Fun
the
with
paleontology
Fossils.
one, and the mammals camp. Because the mammals camp, I get to get out all the mammal skulls from our teaching collection and put them out on a table and talk to the kids about mammal molars, which are a very big deal in mammalian paleontology, and let them, after I tell them about them and draw some pictures and show them on the skulls. We have some great pictures of my teaching assistant last summer working with them that's in the camp's catalog this year, I think. They get to go around tables and sort the skulls out by which animals are most related to each other. And this is something that scientists do. We call it taxonomy. And it's just the science of seeing who is more related to whom. And so we let them do this thing that is actually practiced by scientists in a more complicated way, but they don't know that that's really what they're doing. But I've never done this activity and not had them get it like 90% right. So things like that, where they're practicing scientific concepts, where they're learning about things that they're interested in.
Which is a wonderful experience. Now, who teaches the programs?
I've taught them for the past 2 years, but it's gotten to the point where I'm mostly doing the middle and high school camps now. And in order to make time for those programs, so that we're not, basically so that I'm not getting stretched entirely too thin, we're hiring a middle high school science teacher, Melanie Falcon from Wilson High School over in Wilson, and she and one of her students, who will be her TA, will be coming and teaching the elementary camps this summer.
Now, there is a fee for the classes, but say there's a parent who couldn't afford the fee. Is there any kind of financial aid available?
Yeah, so we've had some really generous donations from the community to fund a financial aid program. So what they would do is when they're filling out the application materials, either online or in the catalog, they can select, if it's in the catalog, they just fill out the form that's in the catalog. If they do it online, then they basically check a box and they'll get a PDF in their email that they then print out, fill out, and mail to me. And the student has to send a letter of interest, so basically just like a paragraph on why they want to come.
Yeah, I like turtles.
Right. Just something to show that the kid has some genuine interest in it. And then from there, it's just a matter of figuring out budgeting for how much financial aid we can give away.
Now, if parents are interested, where do they go for more information and to sign up their child?
If they're interested in signing up their child or learning more about the camps, they can go to Sternberg at FHSU or sternberg.fhsu.edu.
And we'll put that on the bottom of the screen.
Active Learning, there's a dash in between active and learning /camps. And I'll give you the full correct URL so you can put it at the bottom of the screen
we will do that.
later on. But it's the camps page under our education department.
And I know there's a PDF of the camp brochure. There's a great video that shows some of the highlights from the previous year, so parents can learn a lot about that. And a phone number if they just want to call Sternberg and ask for information.
Yeah, so if they call the museum to ask about the camps, more than likely they'll get connected to me. If they want to just call me directly, they can call me at 785-639-5249. I may not be able to answer my phone, but I try to answer my messages pretty quickly. And I can email them a copy of the catalog, direct them to whatever resources they're looking for.
Awesome. Wonderful information. And I told David I was going to give a personal plug. All of my kids have been very active in the Sternberg camp system or program. It's been a wonderful experience. And I would really encourage any parents who have kids, even if they haven't shown an interest in science before, this is a great opportunity for them to see if maybe they are interested. And if they have shown an interest, get them there. It is a wonderful experience. I can't say enough about it. And thank you for all you do for bringing that to our area. It's a great thing for our area. You've been watching You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher. Thank you.
You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Sternberg Museum of Natural History, also by The Dentist.